Welcome in, everyone, to another session of the Second Chances from Cloaks and Capes. This is from our Monday campaign, so if you happen to be catching us on YouTube, follow any of the links down below. Head on over to the Twitch channel and give us a follow. You can join us every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, before we get into it tonight, I do want to put a few thank yous out there. The first being to Critical Role, whose amazing world of Exandria, specifically the Wildemount setting, we are using for this campaign. And also to Reliquary Records, who is responsible for all the music that you will hear in tonight's show. So go and check them out on any of the music streaming platforms that you might use. So last time, the Second Chances got to celebrate being the heroes after successfully stopping an assassination plot in the elven city of Tile. As you finally decided to leave and got ready to make your return trip to Exandria, a familiar figure, Katra Trueblood, who was a blood hunter that you had met about a week prior, was brought into the city unconscious and on death's door. The guard captain that you had made friends with at Trakal was worried about a family near where Katra was found because whatever put her in the state that it did seemed to have been very dangerous. So you decided that on your way to Exandria, you would stop off and check on this family. On the road, you met with a bard named Kalen, who everyone in the party seems to be getting along with pretty swell, and you decided that he would go with you as well to see if he could help back you up a bit. And when you got to the family's home, your worst fears had came true as you found most of the family slain except for the youngest son. Following some of the tracks and the evidence, you ended up in a cave with Raven Trueblood, the werewolf and wife to the blood hunter, as well as the young boy as well, who seemed to be healed but was also turned by Raven as a way from keeping him from dying. As you exchanged some words and tried to get a grapple on the situation, you were attacked by some sort of monstrosities that Raven claimed was what was really behind the attack on the family. And so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into combat. So if you could for me, please go ahead and roll initiative.
Please don't roll a
Battle
3 like you
map!
always do. Are you kidding me?
Did you roll a 3?
4.
Hey, I got 4 too.
It's better than it was.
Oh, you got an 8. What are you complaining about?
Well, it's +4, but 8 is still not that high.
It's twice as good as 4.
Well, I add 4 to it. Still rolled
Okay.
4.
You're higher than the
Yeah,
kid at least.
I rolled a 2 and got a 4, okay?
Yes.
So therefore, quit complaining.
Kalen got a
mostly
14. Ooh, Raven did not do so well.
I'm probably the only one that rolled well tonight.
Raven with the 7.
Ooh.
Total?
Yep. Oh, Iris Eaters, no.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, very yes.
They got a 6.
Good.
Oh, thank God.
All right, let's roll for Kieran. Oh my God, I have not rolled over a 10 yet with this dice. I better get rid of this dice.
The Iris curse has come to claim you.
All right, so let's see.
Oh, because he was rolling for Iris.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
That's
yeah.
what it is, yeah.
All right, Roz, what'd you get?
12. Gotcha.
Oh, sorry. Did I not?
It's all good. Hermia, what'd you get? 13. Leo got a 20. Maeve, I think you were on the...
I don't see myself.
Okay, yep, no problem.
But I got 8.
Got an 8. Leaf, you were the one that actually put yourself on there properly, right? Yeah, with a 4. All right,
Yes,
that
I am a
should
good boy.
be-
He is
I'm a
good
good
boy.
student.
That should be
Sorry,
everybody.
I just-
So, top of the round, Leo, you are up as you see these large bipedal creatures spring up out of the ground, the majority of their body covered in some sort of rough, stony exterior. They have a razor-like mouth with rows and lines of teeth all around it, and this long, twisted, tentacle-like tongue that is lashing out as one of them is grappled onto Raven, one of them onto Roz. One of them attempted to grab Hermia, but she was able to dodge out of the way, as well as Kaylin. What are you doing?
Is this area small enough to fit through?
Unfortunately, due to the size of it, you can't quite get around it, but you can at least get up here next to it.
Okay, well then I will stabby.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
I'm sure he could just like push it over. It doesn't have any eyes.
You could certainly try.
Not yet. Not yet. It doesn't. Give it a minute.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found my other D20 die. Natural 20.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage, and with Hermia next to it, you do get sneak attack as well. As you kind of look this thing over, you're not necessarily sure what the anatomy of it is like, but you see armored parts and you see fleshy bits. So you just stab at one of the fleshy bits between where this natural armor is forming around it, and seem to find purchase. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It looks like something's pooping.
Thanks, Hermia.
Okay, so
You're welcome.
3 plus 5 for the dagger damage.
Okay.
$16 plus 2 and 1 for, so 16, 19 damage for the sneak attack damage.
All right, so
since I doubled the
total of
dice.
27 damage. As you pull your blade out from it, it doesn't seem like it took as much damage as what you would have hoped, but it did still, took a little bit. It does seem to be resistance, at least to piercing damage. So that's 13.
Then I'm just going to hit it with my offhand.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
Actually, no. I'm going to disengage
Where
Okay.
are you gonna go?
and go back to where I was.
Just
Oh.
away.
Bye.
Have fun, Hermia.
I will.
Okay, on Kalen's turn, since I just finally made his character sheet and gave him spells today, he is going to... He's going to cast Slow on the one that's next to him.
Does he know that?
It's a wisdom saving throw for this thing. Let me use a different dice. Oh, nope, that wasn't much better. That's a 1. Okay. So this one down here is currently slowed. And the other one
No,
is
it's currently a snail.
and the other one is grappling Rosalind. So Kaylin is actually going to take a hold of the kid and try to move him out of harm's way. Which would be 5, 15, which isn't very far, unfortunately. Hermia, it is your turn, and you have this monstrosity sitting in front of you, grabbing at you with these human-like hands, and also a tongue.
Wait, it has hands?
Yep, it has human hands. Its feet that it's standing on also look to be like ape or like human-like. So yeah, it's really good at grabbing onto things. Like the one that's holding on to Iris, like has an arm around her shoulder, one around her neck, and then there's one grabbing onto her leg and just kind of balancing on one as it's holding her.
You mean Roz?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that in your mind. If it's a damsel in distress, it's Iris.
Did I say Iris? Whoops.
Yeah, you
sorry.
called her Iris.
Yeah.
Roz.
I mean, they are iris eaters.
They
so.
are.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack. As your sword says to you, show no weakness.
Ah, my dice. It's 19 plus 8.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage, and because your sword is technically magical, it's not resistant to the damage.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't very good. That's only 7.
Total?
Yep, I rolled a 2.
Got it. All right, so
That's
you
fine.
bring your sword down on top of it, mostly hitting the sort of rough rock-like hide of it. It doesn't do as much damage as what you would have liked to, but it does still find a bit of purchase.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to face step. Let me see. So if I have 30 feet with face step, can I get here?
Yeah,
Count right?
sure can.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna go there. And then since I have access to 3rd level spells now, I have like a effect that happens when I use my face step.
Okay.
So with Summer, immediately after you use your face step, each creature within 5 feet of you takes fire damage equal to your charisma modifier.
All right, did you want to land closer to one of the Iris Eaters then?
Oh, I thought it was like where I was.
Oh, well, if that's where it is, that's fine too, but that would also be Leo.
No, it's who I choose. It's not like a...
Does it say where you start from or where you land?
No, doesn't say.
What does the spell say?
Let me double check you really quick.
It's in the... It's a like a heritage thing, a race thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's your Eldrin ability, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, Hermia. So it's under features and traits.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's under actions too.
Oh, okay. Just look there then. Phase step.
Immediately after you use your face step, each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you takes the fire damage equal to your charisma modifier. I would think that would be where you end up since it's immediately after you use your face
That's
step.
what it sounds like to
Yeah,
me.
so if you want, let me see, 5, 10, 15, 20. You can basically get into range of this one or this one.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go
Here.
right here then.
All right,
And I'm
and
at
it's
5.
how much damage? 5?
It'll be 5.
All
It's
right.
no saving throw, it's just automatic damage.
Yep, so as Hermia vanishes from sight and appears next to this Iris Eater, she does so in an envelope of flames that lash out at it. End of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Roz, you are currently grappled. You can take actions, but your speed is 0 until you break the grapple.
I will spend an action to try to break the grapple, I presume it is.
Yes, ma'am. So
All
this
right,
is
I will-
a contested strength check.
I will use a inspiration on mine.
That's good because I'm pretty sure that they get advantage as well.
Cool.
There's my good
All right, 21.
21.
Yep. 18 plus
And-
3.
18 plus 3 as well.
Oh.
That's so crazy.
So how-
What does it happen on a on a equal?
I always forget what the rule is.
It's meet or beat. So
Oh. So you win then.
So you are able to just barely pry this thing's grubby mitts off of you.
Okay,
You
so
now have a
actually
bonus
that's
action and a movement.
it is it's an action to disengage, right?
Correct.
All right, I'll risk it. I gotta try to move and get my sword and shield, so she's gonna try and shift up this way.
All right, the Iris Eater is going to take a tongue lash at you.
You.
Ooh, that's a 16 plus 7. I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Even if I
So-
had my shield.
So Hermia and Kaylin, the rest of you are a bit too far back to see this, but as Rosalind turns to try to run away, this thing lashes out with with its tongue, wrapping around her throat. You reach up to grab a hold of it, stop from being choked, and it pulls you back into the grapple.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Bummer. Now it's my turn.
You are
How much damage?
also going to take a little bit of damage here. That is 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, just a little bit, huh?
A little bit. That was a 2 and an 8.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right, on Kieran's turn, she's going to kind of move forward here a little bit more so that she can see. Did she pick up any useful spells since last time? You know what? She was probably hoping. Yeah, I'll wait and let her do this. She'll just go ahead and Eldritch Blast this thing. Which
Eldritch
she have 2 beams yet? She does have 2 beams. All right, so first attack. That is a hit. And the second beat. Whoa, get back here. Shit. Ow, 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 ow. And the second one's a hit as well. Alright, so both of them are 10 damage. First one, Queen of Clubs and Ace of Hearts. Use the Ace of Hearts to deal 10 fire damage to it. And the second one, Jack and Queen.
Kieran attacking this one.
It's going to be fire damage again, which is going to make it vulnerable to fire damage with the ace. Oh, and then the queen, so she'll do 15 damage, and then that lets her do another attack.
Nice. Is it this one, Robbie?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna have Lester do a reaction once Kieran's done.
Okay, yep, you can go ahead and do that.
He's still on fire. I haven't changed.
Oh, actually, that second one didn't hit because it is immune to force
good job,
damage.
Lester.
But yeah, so what did Lester roll?
6 fire damage.
It's a good thing it's fire damage as well. So as the third card hits, and there's a small explosion of fire, the card seems to slice right through the tongue, go down this thing's throat, and you see from its like abdominal region a small pulse and like spasm as this thing cries out in some sort of guttural pain before it falls down and flops against the side of the wall, dead. And
Oh,
Kieran
thank
goes,
you, thank you, Mal, for the gift sub to Baneling Draws. Who's the inspo go to? Sorry, Robbie.
No problem. And Kieran goes, not an unlucky Kieran today!
Not indeed.
And
Goodness.
with that, Maeve, it is your turn.
Okay. Probably don't need to cast it, but I'm going to cast it anyway. I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Zephyr Strike. Ignore if it has damage attached. I'm not doing that quite yet.
Okay.
Because I have to make an attack roll first.
May have taken inspo from Valkyria
Oh, thank you.
because RNG and T made her laugh.
Aw, glad. All right, sorry. I am going to be moving. So Zephyr Strike, it has 2 things, but the main thing right now is when I move, I don't take opportunity attacks.
Okay.
I am going to move. It's a little bit pointless now because that thing's dead, but just in case. Real quick, is this movable, like passable?
Yes, I would let you move through there.
Okay, thank you. Give me a second. I just need to make sure I move properly. 1, 2, 3.
Can I make an opportunity attack on no?
Oh my.
You do still
Leo
have your reaction.
is working for the enemy.
5, 30. Okay, I'll be right here then. Lester will move. Sorry, this is gonna take a minute. Lester gets to move. What's his? Is he 35? I'm sorry, guys.
It's at least 30.
It's at least 4. I think he moves more than I do, but I'm just gonna triple check. I forgot to
go
open this
ahead.
up. Sorry. He moves. I just want to make sure I do this correctly. He's 40 feet. I'm glad I double checked. Okay. So he's 40 feet. He's gonna go. He doesn't get the same thing I do, so I'm gonna be a little more careful with him. So I'm actually just gonna move him right here.
Okay.
Okay, and then I am going to I do not have line of sight for this, or do I, with Hermia in the way, or do I not?
No, you do. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Hermia is not that
All right.
big.
All right, I get 2 attacks, which is cool. I am using my bow, and I'm going to attack this Iris Eater.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
All right, let's do our first roll as normal. Did I hit it? Is that? No, dirty 20. Excuse me. Dirty 20.
20 does
Robbie,
hit.
are you okay if I just do my second hit right now and do the damage all together?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you. And then my second hit is a 15. Does that hit?
Both hit. Go ahead and roll your damage as
Perfect.
you fire 2 arrows in between the little cracks in this natural armor, sinking down into the fleshy bits.
All right, cool. With my one of those, which is not an action, it's just my ability, is I'm going to do that one feature trait, favored foe.
Mm-hmm.
So that will do that's the first time of each of your turn, including. Okay, so is that only one of those attacks hits 1d4? Yes, just one of those. Okay. So that's just an extra 1d4. So I need to roll, excuse me. I need to roll you. Roll that again. And then roll a d4. I'm just going to roll that by hand. That's a 1. That sucks.
So
all right.
24 damage.
And then I'm so sorry. Oh, I am very sorry. There's one other thing I get to do.
Go for it.
So add 1 because the 1d4. Does this... Hold on. I need to check this spell. Okay. I get to deal because I have that Zephyr Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to give myself advantage. Oh, well. That attack now deals 1d8 force damage.
Okay.
So I get to
Fortunately, it is immune to force damage. As
Was it
your
immune?
arrows, it is just to force damage, land into it, it seems to largely ignore them. It kind of shifts and moves a little bit, and the armor plating kind of snaps away the arrows, and the magical effect of the Zephyr Strike seems to sort of dissipate as it hits it.
All right. I get an extra 30 feet that round after I do that, so I'm just going to move down here.
Okay.
Luster's just going to hang out. Yeah, that should be it, because Luster can't do anything because I already used my bonus action.
All right. So on Raven's turn, she is going to attempt to grab this Iris Eater here. So we'll do a grapple check, which she's able to do. And just do a strength check, see how far she can throw it. Pretty far. And then just yeets this thing back over this way, and you hear a splash off in the distance.
Oh.
I was like, a splash of water or a splash of something hard hitting cement and just exploding?
I'd rather the latter, but I'm
And
afraid
then looks over towards Kalen and the boy and just starts to move.
Wow, okay,
Hermia.
just ignore everything else.
Make a
What?
dexterity saving throw for me.
Wow, what a bit. I knew there's a reason why I didn't like her.
Oh my gosh.
That's such a good response. Wow, what a bitch.
Unfortunately, I only got a 4.
All right, so not
So, if she's running into me
yeah.
and I'm taking damage, would that set off armor of Agathis?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's her own fault!
Sure
She's the one
would.
that hit me!
Sure would, as she basically just like shoulder checks you out of the way.
How much damage?
You take 6 damage.
6. So she gets 6 cold damage right back.
6 cold damage. All right.
Oh boy.
And then she's also going to do the same thing to Kalen,
Poor Caitlin.
who is able to actually just like step out of the way, like, whoa, shit, what the fuck? And she just sits. She turns around, growling towards the remaining Iris Eaters, holding her arms up, protecting the kid. And
Polite people say excuse me when they fucking just slam
Actually,
into
and-
people.
Hermia, she actually takes 15 cold damage.
Oh,
so
well,
another.
I
Because you cast all your spells at max level, so it's a 3rd level armor of Agathis.
Right, but she didn't just get rid of all my temp HP.
No, but the creature just takes 5 cold damage plus an additional 5 cold damage for every level of armor of Agathis. So you still have 9 temp HP left, and if someone hits you
Alrighty.
again, they'll take another 15 damage.
Oh,
That's why armor
okay.
bag just kicks ass.
Cool. Okay, I misread it. So
Alright.
sorry, she gets hurt
Yep,
a little bit
yep.
more.
I took off a little bit more. The kid is going to move further back and around the corner there. And now it is the Iris Eater's turn.
Oh, honey.
Okay, so we're gonna start with this one up here. It's gonna move down a bit to about here.
The one that's got thrown into the water.
Yeah, yep.
Unceremoniously yeeted. Giga yeeted like a poltergeist.
5, 10, 15.
It was
1.
pretty ceremoniously.
And then it is going to, Leo, you watch as this thing comes running up out of the water and back into your field of view. And as it's running along, it tucks itself into a ball and then just rolls through Luster and towards you. I need Luster to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And that's
Lester, what's
5,
your
10,
dex?
15.
Wait, I get to determine your dex saving throw.
Yep.
Sorry.
And Leo, if you're back, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
Okay.
Lester got 21. Dirty 21.
All right, so Luster...
17 plus 8, so 25.
All right, so you both succeed, which means you will not be knocked prone. Leo, you will not be grappled, but you do both take half damage, which
Okay.
is 5. So you both take 5 bludgeoning damage.
You Luster too, right? When you said both.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
And as it pops back out, Leo, it is going to take a tongue attack at you, and then a pummel attack as well. So the tongue attack, 17 to hit.
Meets.
So that is
How about I use my
going
reaction to
be-
add more damage to that, Leo? I'm just kidding. Just teasing you.
Fine.
So you take
See how much you love me.
16 bludgeoning damage from the tongue attack.
Jesus.
And you are grappled by it as it wraps around your arm and starts to pull you in closer. And then it pummels you with its arms. That hits for... Uh, 11 bludgeoning damage.
That seems like a lot.
It is. Iris.
When she's
There
in the
is
game,
no
you can
Iris.
talk
Sorry, Roslyn. Maybe making these things Iris Eaters wasn't such a good idea.
to her. Yeah.
You are grappled. It is going to attempt to extract eye from you.
Ew.
What's the roll again?
Huh?
What's the roll you have to do?
So it
I don't
has
know. What
to-
kind of save is it?
It has to roll to hit first, which has advantage on because you're grappled.
Blind.
15 plus 7.
Has no eyes.
Yeah, 22 will hit.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Spending an inspiration.
That's probably a good idea.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I rolled a 6 and a 1, so how about 10?
Okay, so this thing's tongue, which you thought was just one long tentacle, separates down at the end and begins to lash around your face, and you feel these tiny pinches and spikes begin to push into your face.
Ow!
It's Robbie.
All that it can do on this turn so far. The other Iris Eater.
Guess what? Iris screams anyway.
Who?
God damn it.
In another universe, there is someone screaming.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Roz
It's
begins
Iris.
to let out this blood-curdling scream that everybody definitely hears. The other one, who is currently slowed, is just going to take a single attack on Raven.
Does
And
not
shoot.
Iris take damage?
Not yet. It's attempting to pierce in and remove her eye, so she's got a
Disgusting.
she's
it's
got
gonna make
a
me throw
turn
up.
to deal with it. Leaf,
Ugh,
it's finally your
me
turn.
too. Leaf, do something!
Yeah, you all definitely heard Roz screaming. Damn it.
Not
This
Iris.
seems to be a
Not
bad.
Iris game.
Robbie,
It
are
seems
you
to
mad
be a
at
bad
someone named
situation you're
Iris?
in. I'm going. Leaf is going to cast a spell. It just kind of holds its hands towards its little emerald gem that it has in its chest area, and it starts to glow, and there's this gentle aura that emits out of Leaf, and I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, I shall use that to give 7 points of healing to Leo.
All right, Leo, plus
Thank
7
you.
to your healing.
And then, is this like a cave that we were in?
Yes.
Like this way? Okay.
Yep. So that's where you came from.
Yeah.
It's weird because the entrance of this cave looks like rough-hewn stone stairs of some type. You're not sure if that means that this used to be ruins of some type, or if someone had just started to carve stairs into the entrance of it. But
Okay. Leaf is just going to walk forward and turn to Leo and say, "This one is with you." And end my
Thank you. What?
all right, Leo, it is your turn.
What do I gotta roll to get out of the
It
grapple?
is an action to. You basically have to do a opposing strength check, or you know what? I'd let you do acrobatics as well against their athletics.
I'll do that.
Okay. So D20 plus your acrobatics. It gets advantage though since you were grappled.
I'm going to use inspiration. And that is a 18 and 10, so 18 plus 5.
All right, that beats the 21, so you are able to remove yourself from the grapple. You still have your movement and a bonus action.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, Leaf, you got this, right? 5. Use my bonus action for disengage. 10.
Leaf's just like query.
What? This one is next to it, so you can get sneak attack. Error.
I already used my action. I couldn't attack.
Leo's sneak
what
attack
would you
execute does not seem to be functioning. Sorry, go ahead.
Would
Leo.
it be an action to pick up Raza's shit?
I will let you do it as your bonus action if you're looking to just pick them up and like run them over to her.
Okay, then I'll take an opportunity attack from the Iris Eater instead
Okay.
of disengaging.
You got it. Ooh, 8 plus 7. I think
Miss.
it was 17. Ooh, you're lucky. I love it when you guys like get out and then go to leave and the opportunity attack just re-grapples you. That's one of my favorite things to do. All right.
Dope.
Yeah, it's great.
Then I will pick up her shit and run it to her.
She seems distracted weirdly.
So you were right here, right?
Seems
Yeah, I
that
have
she's
35
trying
movement.
later.
Oh, right, because you're a wood elf, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yep.
they get extra 5 feet.
Okay. So, Roz, on your turn, you can use a bonus action to take it from him.
Okay.
I can't
Take
use
it.
that to give her advantage yet. So,
Yep, no,
yep.
that's basically everything. All right, Kalen's turn. He's concentrating on the slow, so he can't do any other concentration spells. What else does he have? That's cool. He could do. Okay, you got one. So Maeve and Hermia, since you two are right here, you probably noticed this the most. But you watch as Kalen runs his hand along this sort of bladed triangle kind of figure at the top of his lute, grabs a pendant from inside his shirt that you hadn't noticed before and utters some words as you see the blood that's coming down his hand turns black and then evaporates and he pushes his other hand out towards the Iris Eater that has Rosalind, and he begins to sort of pull it back, almost like he's beginning to peel this thing off of her. And you watch as the tongue slowly begins to detach itself from Rosalind's face. Blood, Roz, is now trickling down your cheek from your eye. And then its arms and hands begin to slowly peel back as well. Oh, wait, this thing has to, sorry. It has to roll to see
Don't
if
care if it's gross, it's helping.
It failed.
I know, it's so
and
gross.
It seems as though he's basically controlling this thing because it's trying to fight back against some sort of unseen force, and you see veins bulging from the fleshy exposed areas of the beast that you can see. But it's looking as though he's prying this thing off of Rosalind, and Roz, you are no longer grappled.
Ooh.
I look at Kalen quite impressed.
He
Mavis swooning.
seems to be struggling and trying to maintain concentration, but he kind of gives you a bit of a half-hearted wink at the same time.
Aww.
And then is Healing Word a bonus action? So with that, he will whisper something else under his breath, and you can't quite understand the language, Leo, but you hear like a whisper from somewhere, and you are healed for...
What spell was that? Was that like Control Monster?
You'll have to ask if you
I
survive.
don't know.
Secret spell.
It wouldn't be controlled monster because that's concentration.
You heal for 5, Leo.
Dope, thank you.
All right, that's the end of Kalen's turn. Hermia.
My turn. Okay, I am going to bonus action hex on this guy, and I'm gonna have him be bad at strength check.
Which one was it? The one near Iris?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Rosalind.
Rosalind. I don't know
God damn it.
Iris is and why you hate her so much.
That's the thing, I don't actually hate her.
And then I'm gonna be like, to my sword, I'm like, you ready, buddy? And then I'm just gonna run forward and just fucking whack it.
All right. You just hear in your mind, yes, seize your destiny. And go ahead and make an attack roll.
That is a 17 plus something.
That hits.
Plus 8, I think.
Yep.
Plus, you're gonna add a.
And then, gonna hit it with my D8. And my D4 is done. Get out of there.
Looks like Luster is helping.
Yeah, Luster adds 5 fire damage to that.
All right.
Well, actually, he infuses your strike, so your sword goes aflame with fire. Technically, is what's happening.
So, 12 with just the damage, because it's 7 plus 5.
Okay.
And then my hex damage is 2.
2 from the hex.
Yep.
All right, so you slash this thing down, this time finding good purchase, and your blade just seems to pass through it without any resistance, and you watch as, just like on previous things that you've attacked, where the wound should be, there's just this deep, dark, black, sort of scarred mark along it.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Oh?
I don't know why I was rolling a D4 and a D6. The 4.
4 damage instead of 2?
Yeah. I was rolling a D4 instead of a D6.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Hermia?
Yes.
All right. Roz, it is your turn.
So as Rosalind was being grappled still, she heard a voice in her head. She heard the voice of her Aunt Sin telling her that sometimes righteous determination is not enough and you need murderous, unadulterated fury. And she looks fucking pissed as she hits the ground, grabs her sword and shield from Leo, and just lets out a yell as she charges in and attacks this thing.
All right, go ahead and make your attacks.
+6 with my longsword, I believe I am. Yes. +6. All right. How about 17 to hit?
That will hit.
Okay. So we're going to go 1d6 damage on the long. No, 8 on the longsword. Nice. All right. So that's going to be 8 slashing damage. And of course, we're going to Divine Smite with a 2nd level spell
Go ahead.
for an additional 3d8 damage. I think it's 3d8 for a 2nd level spell, right? Divine Smite is... Yes. Do these count as undead or fiends, just so I know?
They do not.
Okay, great. Extra 3d8. 6 plus 8 plus 7. Holy shit, that was really nice. So 6 is 21 radiant damage.
Okay, so as you strike down with your sword, it kind of ricochets a bit off of the natural armor of this thing, and that's when you sort of let out one of your just guttural war screams. And Leo and Hermia, you watch as you see this small little spark of divine energy begin to flash near the front of this thing, what would be its face. And as Roz gets to the end of that scream, it suddenly just flashes and flares out, engulfing the front of this thing. And as you kind of shield your eyes and begin to refocus in the dark, it has fallen to the ground now. Its tongue burnt away, its teeth charred, the flesh burned back as it lies motionless on the ground.
Great. And then Rosalind's going to literally, like, step over his corpse to attack this one with her 2nd attack.
Go for it. You get a +2 since Raven is flanking with you.
All right, so that would be then 8 plus 6 plus 2 is 16.
That will hit.
Okay. So that's going to be 10 slashing damage, and second verse same as the first. We'll use a Divine Smite.
All right, go for it.
8 plus 1 is 16. 17 radiant damage.
17 radiant damage as you begin to burn a hole in the flank of this thing, rock-like hide or not.
And that is all for her. She is visibly upset.
All right. Kieran, meanwhile, goes, "We got this, Leaf, yeah?"
We have this.
She will throw 2 cards at it. Ooh,
Lester makes a sound to show you're not alone.
Eldritch Blast. That is...
Starts doing all of its stuff to help Hermia.
Well, I mean, on my turn, I'll make sure he does stuff.
I'm just kidding.
I've just been doing infusing strikes, and I don't want to waste it in case, like, if I don't do it for one person and someone misses their attack, then it's a waste.
All right, 10 of spades. All right, she throws 2 cards at it from her Eldritch Blast, but unfortunately only one of them seems to hit. The other kind of goes wide a little bit, and she goes, "All right, Leaf, it's your turn now. Show us what you got." But it's not actually your turn, it's Maeve's turn. Go ahead,
All right,
Maeve.
Kieran
Robbie-
wouldn't lie to us.
Robbie, what is kind of your, because it sounds like everyone's kind of all over the place. I do not have dual weapon fighting. What is your rule going from longbow to 2 swords? Would it take a full
So-
action at this point?
No. So long as you're just like drawing your weapon during the attack, that's fine. You wouldn't be able to stow your longbow.
Okay.
You'd basically be dropping on the ground, then drawing your swords as you attack. If you want to stow your longbow, then draw, it'll take your bonus action to do so.
Okay, I get you. Okay, Okay, I'm not gonna bother that this turn. So what I'm gonna do... Sorry, I'm just trying to kind of double check some things really quickly. Okay, I want him to do something, so we're gonna just attack, I think. Okay, we're just gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna attack. Okay, so I'm gonna just use the longbow, and attack. And then I will have Luster attack this guy as a bonus action, but he has to move first. Right, rolling first. Okay, attack number 1. 21. I'm gonna just do my second attack. Ooh,
Both
just
of those hit.
They'll both hit? Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right, so at this, I will do my 1d8 plus 4 twice. And then with my mark, I get an extra d4, which is 4. So that plus 4 damage. So that's 16.
Okay.
So it's 16 on those 2 attacks. My bonus action, I'm going to have Luster move on top of this. I'm sure he's not thrilled about it. And I'm going to have him bite the Iris Eater.
All right, go ahead and roll the attack.
All he has is bite attack. What do you want me to do?
I know,
Chomp,
but
chomp, chomp, chomp.
what if it tastes gross?
It does.
I mean, yeah.
It
Ooh, 13.
Unfortunately, Lester climbs up on this one and jumps up and attempts to bite this thing, but
Yeah.
can't really find purchase on anything. It just kind of hurts his teeth
Okay.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Aww.
You hear him whimper from across the cave.
Aww.
You're okay, buddy. I believe in you. She wants another arrow. That's all I'm going to do.
All right, back around to Raven's turn. Where are you at? Your regular attacks. All right, here we go. Those of you around Raven notice something as she attacks. As she pops the claws out of her hands, you see that there is this purple energy that seems to be radiating off of them as she strikes down onto this Iris Eater in front of her. Both of those hit. Eight. 22 slashing damage, which is actually enough. And as both of her claws hit this thing on the back, they seem to, almost like a hot knife through butter, just tear through the outer hide of this thing and rip it right in half in front of you, splattering, as usual, Roslyn with a bit of gore.
She does not seem off-put like she normally does. If anything, she enjoys it.
Okay.
Okay.
Raven will stay here to keep anything from potentially getting back towards Kale, who is also still just trying to hide. Let's see if this last one gets its roll attack back. It does not. And it's going to attempt to attack Leaf. Yeah, that's a 15 plus 7 against your Leaf.
Hit.
You take 11 bludgeoning damage from the tongue lash.
Okay.
It is going to and then pummel you twice. Does 18 hit your AC?
That's a miss.
Okay. Second attack. Does a 20 hit your AC?
That hits.
For 12 bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and make 2 concentration checks. Oh, there you go. All right, you make both of them. And with that, it is your turn, Leaf.
So this thing is currently grappling me.
Yep.
Okay, in that case, Leaf is going to turn the tides and is going to,
Turn into a bear.
no. Leaf is going to kind of like wiggle around and like kind of like oozes into like this amorphous blob, and then it like kind of rears back on 4 legs as it turns into a giant toad
How big is it?
with a leaf face. It's large.
Okay.
Oh.
So doing so, we will say forces this thing back a bit. And you are now a giant toad.
Good job, Leaf.
I like how Leaf's like, I'm not going to turn into an animal this, I'm just going to stay in the back. And then next thing you know, turning into a giant animal.
He said he wasn't going to turn into a bear.
Fair, I guess. it's this. He's doing the same thing. Use your temp HP or whatever. One of the things for your.
He is Circle
new
of the
HP,
Moon. That's
but
kind of his thing, isn't
It
it?
is kind of his thing. I just like it was like, I'm gonna change up my tactics. Uses the exact same tactics.
Oh, well, okay, you know, my tactic was to stay in the back, but everyone left, and now the back is the front.
I don't know if that's exactly fair. We
Yeah.
have multiple enemies.
I want that on a mug. I was gonna stay in the back, but then everyone left, and now the back is the front.
All right,
That's a T-shirt.
Leaf, anything else you're doing?
Yeah, so I'm going, that was my bonus action.
Yep.
Code, and now Leaf is going to turn it around as the creepy Leaf toad head, just like a slit of it is going to open up, and Leaf is going to bite Iris.
Go ahead and make the attack roll.
I envision it because it's like mechanical. Like it opens on like on a hinge, so the bottom part doesn't move. Just the top opens up and then just snaps down on it.
So it's like
Hungry
Canadians
Hippos.
Yep.
Canadians in
In South Park.
yeah, in South Park.
20 does hit.
Okay, joke's on it.
I'm not your friend, guy.
It needs to make a no. Now it's grappled by me.
You're grappling each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also restrained.
Yep.
It's actually it's inside of my mouth right. Not swallowed yet. It also takes 7 piercing and 9
poison. Yep. All right. End of your turn.
Yeah.
All right, Leo. Back around to you.
Okay, everybody's safe. I'm gonna run back. And stabby.
Yep.
We have advantage.
I don't think it being grappled gives it. Does it?
No, it's restrained until my grapple it.
Oh, okay. So advantage.
17 plus 8.
That'll hit. And you get your sneak attack.
Dagger damage is 2 plus 5.
Damn. Leaf just
14
reversed
for
this.
the sneak attack damage.
All right, so that's 21. So half 10 damage. Yeah, Leaf, you just Uno reversed this thing is what happened.
I like Uno reversals.
And how does it look?
Not super great. It's being eaten by a giant leaf frog, but it's still kicking.
Whose
Wait,
turn
wait.
is gonna come up next?
Lester can do 1d6.
Go for it.
Just in case it helps.
I mean, every little bit helps,
4 damage.
but it is still up.
I tried. Lester tried.
Alright, well, instead of taking an offhand attack, I will give Kieran advantage on their next attack.
All right, comes back around to Kaylin's turn. It's a little tight over there for a thunderclap, so he's just gonna kind of hold for now. Hermia, your turn.
My turn. Everybody's like all smushed in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult
I-
for you to. I'll say that you can share a. Oh no, because Luster's actually a medium creature. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get
Can
up there
I-
to use your sword, but you can still like Eldritch Blast without hitting anybody.
Does it have any cover?
No.
Okay. So I'll hit it with Eldritch Blast, and I get 2.
Yep.
You have advantage.
And you leave.
For ranged attacks, I don't think being
Yeah,
restrained
'cause
gives
restrained.
it. Oh, even for ranged. Okay, yep. Go ahead then with advantage.
Okay. Okay. First roll was bad. 17.
17
Plus
hits. Well, how bad was the first
8.
one? Because these things only have an AC
The
of
first one,
14.
14. I was less. I think it was 12.
Oh, okay. Well, the one hits then, so go ahead and roll your damage.
I'm gonna do the other one too. The other one is 14.
Damage?
Does a 14 hit?
Oh,
Does
yeah.
14 hit?
Yeah, 14
Okay.
hits.
Okay, now I'm gonna roll my damage. So 14 and 14 damage and 12 damage.
All right, Hermia. What is it that your Eldritch Blasts look like? I'm not sure if we've asked you this quite yet.
It's just like a bolt of like just scorching fire.
Okay. So as Hermia lets fly 2 bolts of scorching fire out of her hands that leap and dance through the air, striking the back of this Iris Eater as it's in Leaf's mouth, you watch as it slowly goes limp as Leaf just begins to slowly and swallow what's left of the front half of this thing into his giant frog-like gullet.
Jesus.
I don't
And
know
a
what's good for it.
calm washes over the cave.
Well, that
The
was
iris
gross.
slowly being died by.
Well,
All right.
that was
In that case, I'm going
something.
to. I have 8 more rounds of healing. Whatever I did, heal it.
Feeling
Uh,
aura or something like that.
your
Aura
aura
Aura of
vitality.
vitality.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna pump all those into Raz, Leo.
All right, just go ahead and put in the chat how much you heal each of them for. And as it
Don't
seems
forget to
that,
heal yourself.
that everything is sort of calmed down, you all watch as Raven also slowly, you hear the bones begin to crack and slurp as her size slowly starts to shrink back down. The fur going back in, long raven locks coming out, and eventually you see before you the human woman, as you did a week ago in the ruins of the forest, no longer a werewolf.
That was fun.
Glad that's over.
Rosalind
Look.
seems to be stabbing one of the Iris Eater bodies for fun.
Roz,
Hey, let her have fun.
this is disconcerting.
I want to do it too. I'm just gonna start stabbing the other one.
Your sword says to you, this is unbecoming of a warrior, Hermia. They're already
I thought
dead.
you'd like it. I
It
thought
serves
you'd like it.
no purpose.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Let's fight the werewolf.
Rosalind
That's what I
finally
was
takes
thinking.
she finally takes a breath and like glances up. Her face, it looks a little bloody, I presume.
Oh yeah.
You look cool.
Are you okay?
Much better now.
Kaelin comes up to you and casts Prestidigitation, cleaning all the blood off, and goes, everyone's fine, as we can be, facing whatever nightmares those were, and kind of gives one of them a nudge as well.
Where did they come from?
Where did they go?
We know where they went. You ate one, and the others are right here.
Raven comes
That-
back from around the corner here with a little boy kind of in front of her, holding both of his shoulders, and she goes, I'm not sure what they are or where they're from, but I had picked up their scent. Nothing I'd ever smelled before, but I knew... Let's just say my training with the Claret Order, I knew it was trouble.
Now,
Contra
was
got
that all
away.
of them?
I have no idea. Would you like to explore more of the cave, Leo?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Leaf is going into.
Leo and Leaf, go ahead and both make investigation checks for me. As Leo and Leaf kind of begin to explore back further into the cave, Raven goes on. Katra had found me on the road, and had she gotten her way, I wouldn't have been here to save this one. Kaelin has a bit of a concerned look on his face. Without potentially taking my head off, I'm not sure you have. The fact that he wasn't able to complete his transformation when we found you, should he attempt to do so again at his young age, the transformation could kill him.
Is there anything we can do for him?
Well, I mean, there are cures to it. It is a blood curse. Given enough time, I may be able to help as well.
Where I come from, they say you can cure lycanthropy if you do so before their first transformation.
Well, I'm not sure how it... Have you told Kaylin you're from a different world, Roz?
Yeah.
I think Maeve mentioned it.
I think
Yeah.
so. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about lycanthropy myself, or whether or not it is the same here as it is in your world. Raven says the Claret Order could cure him, but if you know some way, perhaps we can figure that out. The kid still looks like he's in complete shock, just standing there emotionless in front of Raven.
Rosalind gives him a very sympathetic look.
Oops, sorry. Maeve is, I don't know if this is going to help the boy at all, so if it doesn't help, then I'll retract immediately. Maeve's going to kind of kneel down and kind of urge, like, Luster to approach him quietly, like a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Puppy.
He's going to kind of go on his back.
He
Kind of look at him.
reaches out and just kind of like pets Luster, but still there's not much emotion there.
He's going to need some time, but if there's a way that we can help him and have him be somewhere safe. I don't know much about orphanages, but he needs a good family.
No. Not an orphanage.
Oh.
Okay, well, he needs a good family then. A pack of adventurers and, no offense, a werewolf. I am not sure if we are really up to the task of providing that stability.
I could protect him, but you are not wrong. Look, I believe with enough time, I could probably cure him of it. He's had it for less than 24 hours, but it's not something I can just snap my fingers with.
How much time would you need?
I don't know. I've never tried it before, but with Raven's blessing, so long as she promises not to eat me, I will stay in for as long as it takes and ensure that I have some connections in Rexentrim and Zadash. Could even head back to Baisei Tile. Those are his people, and I'll make sure that he finds a proper family and gives you a sympathetic look, Roz.
Rosalind nods. She glances over at Raven. Katra was brought into Baisei Tile, alive, barely.
Lucky her.
Well, maybe not. I have some way to send a message back to them. I could tell them to slip the knife between her ribs if you like.
But do we even know she caused this? Yes.
No, but I presume she attacked you.
She attacked me on the road before I'd found the family. Yes, that's her job.
Yeah, I don't know if they wouldn't necessarily listen to that unless we lied. Maeve's kind of looking at Roz as like, what's happening?
Roz seems to be trying to practice some breathing techniques as we talk through a very tense situation.
Yeah, Maeve, and probably not Roz in your state of mind, but Maeve at the very least, from what you've gathered so far of Etrikal, there's zero chance that he would do that.
Yeah. I don't think Etrikal would just do that. No offense, Raven, but to protect a werewolf.
Roz glances at Raven. Then, as you say, lucky her.
But we give you that information so that you know your next course of action. As a...
Yeah, maybe avoid there. go somewhere else.
It doesn't matter where I go, she swore an oath, and she's not one to break it. She'll follow me till one of us succumbs.
Well, then I hope it's her.
Well, and I hope you get a head start, I suppose.
Well, in the meantime, I'll do what I can for both of them. If you have trouble controlling your urges, Raven, that's something that I may also be able to help you with, at least temporarily. She just kind of lets out a huff.
Thank you, Kaelin. That's kind of you for strangers.
Well, everyone's a stranger before they're a friend. Sorry that our time together got cut short. I was looking to learn a bit more about you and maybe play a song or two for you. But there's always the future.
There's always the future. Please be careful.
Come find us in Rexentrum sometime.
You as well. The be careful part. I don't know if you'll find me in Rexentrum. I go all over the place.
Fair enough. Well then.
Leo and Leaf. You two explore up a little bit further, and you do find a body of water. Seems to come from some sort of underground river or lake or something. And as you push a little bit further back, you do actually find, almost sort of nestled away back here in a corner, a very familiar red glow that almost looks to be a crack in reality. Not as big as the ones you've seen before. More of a fissure than an actual portal itself. But it bears a striking resemblance to the portals that have opened twice now.
I'll get the team, and I will message everyone individually. We got a portal back here.
Oh.
Well, that certainly explains some things.
Rosalind
Glad
glances over.
explains it.
Yeah, Rosalind glances at Hermia and Maeve and takes off running.
All right, so as you all
Pardon
come
us
back
for
up
a
here,
moment.
it's not very
Leaf is
big.
gonna sit next to the portal and point at it and say, "Ribbot."
God damn it.
Yeah, it's actually, it's not even technically big enough for the iris eaters to have came out of. Again, it's not quite a portal. It's just like this sort of red crack in the fabric of reality that's maybe about 2 feet tall, maybe a foot wide.
Well, that's concerning.
I suppose it's good we were here, but why here?
I don't know. And why a crack like this? This isn't like... Those portals always felt very intentional, you know?
Perhaps there's more to this than we know.
Yeah, maybe like they all start off like this way, and just people don't notice them until
Too
they
late.
just break open.
Well, I guess either way, we should try to close it, right?
Of course.
It makes
But
sense.
before we close it, can I do some sort of check to like inspect it, see if it's any kind of different than the ones we've been before?
I thought you can't talk in this form.
I'm
say
talking
the
to
thing.
the DM, clearly.
Make an Arcana
Oh,
check
okay.
at disadvantage.
Because you're a frog.
Ribbot.
Robot.
Ribbot.
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's definitely giving off the same energy. It looks the same, except for the fact that this is more of a crack than it is an actual portal itself. But the reasoning behind it, or what that could mean in a practical sense, you have no idea.
So nuts. All right, give me your hand. And then she looks to Leaf. And, yeah, just stand there. And she puts a hand on Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
And then once everyone has kind of enjoined hands, she'll reach out for the portal and try to focus on her tattoo.
Yep. And as you focus on it, whether it's because you have everyone here connected at once, or maybe because this one seems to be smaller and isn't quite an open portal yet, you watch as it begins to slowly fuse itself back together, and within an instant, pops out of reality and is gone.
Well, that's probably good, right?
I mean, we must have done something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I vote we
Yeah.
leave. I hate this place.
Yeah. This place is weird.
Well, for the best then.
So all of you gather up, and as you do, Raven mentions to you that she'll take care of the family at the house before they move on to wherever is next.
Thank you.
We need to deliver a message still.
Oh, that's right. Rosalind reaches in and she'll take out the piece of paper, and she will write down on it, family is dead. One survivor will be accompanied by a bard named Kalen. And that's all she'll write on it.
Okay.
Anything else y'all want on this?
I don't know if mentioning that we had to close another portal is going to be helpful or cause more panic, but maybe describing the fissure, so they can let us know in case they see something like it again. I don't know.
She'll write, not a portal like we encountered in By-Say Tile, but maybe the beginnings of one. But it is closed. And it's closed, yeah. And then she'll throw it up in the air and let it go.
All right, and as you do, you watch as magically this sheet of paper begins to fold in on itself until it is a origami-type bird, and it flies off.
I love those things.
That's handy. We should get those in Vano.
We should just have those ourselves.
You do actually have those in Vano. Whether or not you've ever seen
do
one
we?
or not.
Yeah, interesting. Rosalind seems
Let's
much
get
more
outta
calm
here.
now.
This is kind of a bummer now.
Head back to the homestead where your horses and cart remain untouched.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what I would do if these horses were dead. Probably get another horse, but still.
Rosalind rides in the back this time.
All right. Anybody gonna ride up front with Leo?
I'm gonna ride in the back and take a nap.
All right.
I mean, I was gonna stay in the back, but I guess I'll stay in the
You-
front.
I mean,
can
there's
all sit in the
room
back.
enough. Yeah, there's room enough in the
Oh,
back if everybody
okay.
wants to stay there. That's fine.
I'll be in the
We
back.
can all cuddle
Do you want to cuddle?
a little bit.
Okay, we can cuddle.
Okay.
All right. So it is a silent journey for the rest of the day as you make your way back out to the trail and south through the Pearlbow Wilderness towards Odessalo. But eventually you do come to a point where it's getting dark and you have to rest. For the sake of brevity, we're not going to worry about making you take watches every single night. You know the route back as it is now. So unless there is any talks or discussions you would like to have at night or during the trip there.
Oh, I want to do my downtime thing.
Ah, yes, your next, or
Shoot.
the rest of your potion thing. Yep.
I only rolled a 7, so I think I need another day.
Yep. You are not able to
One more
make
day.
much progress on the road here, unfortunately. It's a
Okay,
little bit tough.
one more day.
But you wake up the following day, start your truck again, and about midway through, you can just see that the sun seems to be hitting about noon. Leaving By-Say Tile, the weather's a little bit clearer today. Not so much of the snow drifts that you've sort of been seeing. You notice, Leo, you'll be the first one since everybody else is kind of in the back or just hanging out. You notice about 200 yards ahead of you, there seems to be another carriage of some type coming your way.
When we get about 100 yards away, I just kind of move the car off the edge and kind of stop. Wait for them to pass.
All right, as it gets closer, you can tell that it's just a single person. You see the carriage coming towards you. It's old and worn down. Pieces of the canopy are slowly flopping around on either side as the wind picks up and falls, and it's being drawn by a single old mare that honestly looks like it's only a day from the grave. Sitting behind it is an elderly woman with deep-set snow-colored eyes, long white hair, and a purple tarnished cloak wrapped around her. And as you
Human?
stop and she kind of, is a human, kind of draws up next to you. Ah, good day, travelers. Oh, what say you from the road to By-Say Tile?
Not much, just I would stay away from the homestead of the farm right before you get into Bayside Tile. There was an attack there recently.
Oh, I don't know of any farm, but is it still dangerous? What was the attack from?
Um, we dispatched them, but they were some abominations that I really don't know. They were trying to eat eyes. It was kind of weird.
Oh, that's terrible. You hear from inside the canopy. Ask them if they have any taffy. Elroy, shut up! You can't even eat taffy. I'm not asking them for any taffy.
Was that like an old person or like a kid?
It seemed middle-aged. Wasn't a kid. Definitely wasn't a kid.
If we had it, we wouldn't share it.
Hermia.
Sorry.
That's rude. If you don't stop it, I'm gonna come back there and put a muzzle on you. What have I told you about talking around people?
Oh, that's weird.
What?
Sorry, don't mind my companion. He's a bit of a handful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't suppose that any of you are in the market for any knickknacks or trinkets or anything. I'm a traveling, humble saleswoman myself.
I'm sure Kieran's ready to jump out.
Unfortunately.
Kieran's already out.
Kieran's
What do you have?
Yeah.
What do you sell?
Oh, a bit of everything. Here, let me... She kind of starts to hobble down off of the cart and makes her way back around to the back. Come. Take a look. See what strikes your fancy.
Oh boy.
Roz shrugs and hops out of the cart and goes to look.
Yep, and as she gets around to the back, she slowly undoes lock and a latch back there and swings it open, and it looks like an amalgamation of just like junk and trinkets. It's like a hoarder's stash back here, basically.
Do we see like who was talking?
Make a perception check.
Okay, I will.
I will as well, because I'm
Go ahead.
curious too. 26!
19 plus 6. I don't know what that is. Probably-
25.
Yeah, there
Okay,
you
so,
go.
a 25 and a 26. So as you're all sort of like looking through and perusing here, both Maeve and Hermia, you come make eye contact with what just looks to be the severed head of like a statue of some sort that is looking back at you, and you can see its pupils and its eyes are moving back and forth between the two of you. All right, don't say anything. These are hopefully paying customers. We don't want you to freak them out and chase them off. So,
What
exactly
like,
is it that you might be
wave at
looking
it.
for?
is it like a stone head?
Yep.
Hermia waves at it.
May doesn't know what to think of it.
It just kind of whispers, "Good day to you, miss." And the lady just reaches up and slaps it. Ow! I told you to keep your mouth shut. People don't want to see a weird talking head.
I think it's kind of neat.
So,
How can I ask how you got a talking head?
go ahead, Elroy. It would be my pleasure. Great to make all of your acquaintances. My name is Elroy McTrintentire, and I am me.
Who are you?
And he just kind of nods.
I'm sorry.
Really,
guys,
that's
be
the best you
right
got
back.
now. I can't get you to shut up, and now
It
he
makes
was-
sense.
I bought him off of a few adventurers down near the Menagerie Coast. They found him in some ruins somewhere. He's a cursed lump of rock that I can't get rid of for the... What are you looking for?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry. Well, I fight with a sword and shield, so kind of usually up front and getting punched a lot, or something tried to take my eye out every now and then.
Oh, she reaches in and rummages through and takes out a wooden arm. Ah! Prosthetic limb!
No, I've still got mine.
So far?
Yeah. Prosthetic. Can it still hold a shield or a sword?
Yeah, probably.
No, not probably.
But for
Okay.
150 gold, it's insurance.
I'm sorry, insurance.
And
for
she's
what?
just kind of like waggling it towards you, the hands just like flapping around in your face.
Rosalind's like, I'll pass, thanks.
Nah, she throws it back in. No, oh, alright. She pulls out this raggedy looking cloak that has patches on it. Ha! billowing cloak. And she kind of puts it around herself, and you watch it just kind of flaps in the wind.
Is there any wind?
I mean, a little bit, but not enough to be flapping anybody else's cloak.
Oh. Is it weird that Rosalind kind of wants it?
For the dramatic.
Could I make a
How much is that?
For this, 40 gold.
I'll give you 20.
30.
25.
Make a persuasion check.
17.
All right, 25, and she gives you the cloak.
I want
Rosalind.
a cool thing. Show me a cool thing.
Could I, Robbie, could I make either, you can tell me which, a perception or investigation roll to see if there's, like, anything of value here?
I'll let you go off your last perception check. So, Rosalind, you should be able to search D&D Beyond for a billowing cloak.
Looking for it.
Yep.
Hi. Damn.
It's hard to tell. Maeve.
Sorry, it's a
There's-
cloak of billowing.
Cloak
That's
of billowing,
infuriating.
There you go, yeah. There is just a ton of stuff in here. It's hard to know what might actually have value, what might not.
I'm gonna ask Elroy. Elroy,
I'll,
what would you buy?
I'll get to you in just a second.
Okay.
But I mean, there's cute little knickknacks. There's things that may be antiques. It's hard to tell. You do notice there does seem to be a sheaf of papers that you're pretty sure might actually be paper birds. You see a wand in there. You see a creepy doll. There's a few
Ew.
loose pieces of jewelry. There's a rope that's sort of tied up near the top. You see a bundle of what looks to be feathers, but they're like carved out of wood. You see a wind fan that has some sort of iconography on it that looks like people flying through the sky on some sort of contraptions. There's a bunch of keys, random stones, bags of something or other. You want to ask Elroy what he thinks is the most expensive thing? What exactly are you asking him?
Not the most expensive thing, but I just want something that's really cool.
Well, I'm cool. Oh, please,
Well,
Elroy, if I could find someone to take you off of my hands, I would do it in a heartbeat.
How much for the head?
What? This thing
How
never
much
shuts up.
for it?
If you want the muzzle,
Yeah.
you can charge an extra for the muzzle.
I can make my own muzzle. How much for the head?
Oh, jeez.
1,000 gold.
1,000
I
gold.
didn't want him.
Now, he's still interesting and unique.
Well, what does he do besides talk?
That's a good... Elroy, sell yourself. I need some money. Well, prior to be taken from my home, back during the age of Arcanum, I was once owned by a successful and powerful mage. That was a long time ago. I don't remember a lot about that time, but I could help with magic things. Look, for example, he just kind of starts to look around. There, that ring there, sitting on the edge, next to the feather tokens. And you see this silver band with looks to be a teardrop-shaped like lapis lazuli on it. That there, ring of water walking. And she goes, "What? That's magical? Of course that's magical. I can tell you just about anything in here what's magical. Why'd you never bring that up to begin with? Well, because you never asked. That's it." And you watch she reaches further back in and takes this muzzle out and shoves it into his mouth and attaches it behind him, and he just...
Rosalind looks at the band with the lapis lazuli on it, and then reaches down for her necklace and looks at it like, very similar, and puts her necklace away.
So, any interest in anything else? Huh? A masked charm, a
Right.
mystery key, a pipe of remembrance?
A mask? What did you say? Sorry.
A mask charm, and she picks up a necklace that has the side of like the tragedy and comedy masks from theater, but it's
Yeah.
just the tragedy side.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's like my life right there.
Well, for yours,
Oh.
250 gold.
250?
Hmm?
I wouldn't pay more than 100.
200.
150.
175.
And what does this thing do
It's pretty.
besides represent my life?
The fact that it represents your life, is that not a sign that you should have it?
I mean, there's lots of things that like that like
One
piece
of a
garbage
kind.
over there.
Only one in the world like it.
Aw, well, I don't know if it's like just a useless thing. Is it magic?
Might be.
Oh.
Elroy, can you tell us that this is magic? Nah, you're useless.
Take the muzzle.
Oh, you have a muzzle on him. Take it off. I want to know.
She takes it off.
This one can tell if it's. And
I can only
Leaf
do
will
that once a
cast-
day. You see, useless, and she shoves the muzzle back in and fixes
Leaf,
it
what do you
again.
think?
Leaf used to detect magic.
You use detect magic.
Yes.
It does have a illusion and enchantment aura coming from it.
Ooh, this is neat. Okay.
Deception. This one is not magic. Thus very.
Okay. Well, now I
low
know that it
value.
is. You need to
Leaf, make a deception check. Hermia, make an insight check.
Oh, I'm trying to deceive the old lady.
Oh, okay. Well, still make a deception check. Did you say deception out loud again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, make it at disadvantage.
I got a 20.
All right, yeah. As soon as you say that, she goes, 250, final offer.
What?
You already said it's magical. 250.
How about 150?
200's the lowest I'm going.
150.
It's not. Oh boy.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I'd like to look at something once Hermia is done.
Sure.
Okay.
Rosalind just stands and her cloak billows. She seems happy.
It's pretty dramatic.
It is quite dramatic.
Persuasion?
Yep.
Let's see. That's a 15 plus 8.
At disadvantage?
Yeah. The first one's an
180.
18.
Final offer.
Okay.
Okay. Take 180, and you now have a
Useless magic
mask
item.
charm. That should be in the D&D Beyond as well. But until it can be identified, Hermia does not know exactly what it does. Either identified, or if you sit down and spend some time with it, you can attune to it. I actually don't know if it
Oh,
requires
yeah.
attunement.
What is it called?
It's mask charm, but it's spelled MASQUE.
Oh.
I wanted to look at the wooden feathers.
Ah, yes, bundle of feather tokens. Here you go. And she takes 4 of them out.
All right. I'm gonna use my mind powers to send a message to Leaf and say, "Can you telepathically tell me if these are magical?"
Leaf will look at feather.
They have enchantment aura on them.
Leaf will slowly raise its finger to its forehead. Those leaves appear to be magic.
Okay, sure. Good enough for me. How big are they, Robbie? Are we talking about like big leaves or like little ones?
Just like a regular size, sort of like put it in the back of your ear, like Vex's feathers sized.
Okay. Yeah. I have feather earrings, so that's why I was curious. All right. What's your offer?
30 gold apiece. There's fine craftsmanship in these.
30 apiece?
Mhm.
How many are there?
4.
4? 15 apiece.
25.
20.
Make a persuasion check.
All right. I am not good at persuasion. In fact, I add 0 to it, so we're just going to see what the dice says. 17! Holy shit, okay.
All right, 20 apiece. So
All right,
80
I'll
total.
take it. 80 gold it is.
Why isn't it showing up under Robbie's thing? Just
Hold on, let me. Mask charm. Whoops, I spelled mask wrong.
Yeah, MASQUE.
Yep.
right. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Something.
Could be like charm of mask or something like
Nope,
that
it's
too.
it's
No.
mask charm here.
Straight mask
I'll
charm.
try and add it in for you here real quick. Did anybody else want to look for anything?
Should I put a name of what my thing is, or just kind of
Yes, sorry. Yours is called a feather token.
feather token? So let's see if I can just. I also need to spend some time to.
Inventory, manage.
Oh, apparently there's a bunch of types of feather tokens. Going to guess
yeah,
this
why
is the.
isn't that coming up?
Yeah, what spell does hers have?
Or do I not know yet?
Technically, you don't yet know what they do.
Okay, I'll just need to put that. Is there a way to just add? Here it is. Okay.
We'll figure this out later.
Yeah,
Hermia.
that's weird.
Sure,
Why
I'm not
is it,
sure why
like,
it's not coming
Do you
up.
not have that book?
I do. That's why I was able to look at it. So I'm not sure why it's not coming up, but we'll figure it out later.
Well, I'm still interested in the head, and my friends just paid about 500 gold to you in total. Can I get a discount on the head?
She crosses her arms. How much you got?
I can part ways with 700.
One of your friends gonna throw in an extra 100?
Rosalind glances at the head, and is just like, so I mean, she's got the chance to get rid of you. It just seems like it'd be good that you can remind her from now on that she had the chance and didn't take it, huh?
How about 750?
Make a persuasion check.
Let me know how much you need to take from the pot.
I got enough of that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But I'm going to use advantage or inspiration for
Okay.
persuasion.
Yeah, you're gonna need it.
Can't
It's getting
believe I
higher
rolled
and
that.
higher every time you guys try and persuade her.
I know, I can't believe I made it. That was nuts.
So that roll was a 17 plus 8.
I have such a high persuasion.
It's because I'm proficient, or no, I have expertise on it.
Fine, but I'm keeping the muzzle. And she takes the head down, and she removes the muzzle and tosses the head to you and goes, "Good riddance!" and spits on the ground. And Elroy shoots back. "It's fine, at least this way you're gonna croak any day now, and I won't be left in the cold out in the snow watching your body and corpse rot."
Well, you're going to be outside with me because you're going to be the new headstone to my cart here.
Well, good.
No, you gotta carry him around like what's that one Suda 51 game? The cheerleader, the zombies.
Oh, Lollipop Chainsaw?
Yeah, I gotta hang around like Lollipop Chainsaw with a
Oh.
boyfriend's head.
I got the idea from God of War.
Yeah, I was going to do the
That's it.
same thing when we
That's
leave the
fair.
cart.
All right.
What is there anything left?
There's all sorts of stuff left in here. Just taking a quick look around. Like, if you want to ask her, she's like, sure, I got this bunch of stones here you can look at. I got a bunch of different keys. And she takes out a keychain that has, like, hundreds of keys on it. I got this pipe, this bag of pixie dust, the ring of water walking, apparently. This nice rope up here that can remend itself. This doll. And she picks up a doll that has, like, wire hair coming out of it. It's missing an eye. The other one is just black. It's like Chucky's worst nightmare of just a creepy-ass looking doll.
Jeez.
All sorts of wands to choose from.
Do you go to sleep with that doll in your cart, like not in a locked box?
Why, do you have a locked box?
No, I just mean, like, you don't have a locked box that you keep that doll in?
No, why would I keep this doll in the locked box?
So it doesn't murder you in your sleep.
Well, if it didn't murder me the first night, why would it murder me the second night?
She does have a point.
She does?
I mean, why would it wait? Would you wait?
Yes.
No, I would not.
What, you don't
Exactly.
like it?
No,
You just
I
hold
do
on to
not.
it for a minute.
Let's not.
Rosalind puts her hands up and takes a step back.
Just
nope.
take a closer look at it.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Do not consent to this. Put it
Under
away.
no circumstances.
She tosses it to you, Maeve.
Nope.
Put your hands up, let it drop.
You just let it hit the ground?
Yep.
Okay. All right, just good fun. Hand it back here. Hand it back.
No.
I kick it.
I'm an old lady. You expect me to go and bend over? I'm gonna throw my hip out.
Does
Anyone have mage hand? Doesn't Kieran have
I
mage
touch
hand?
that.
Yeah, let Kieran mage hand it.
Come on,
Can I
stop
make-
being a baby. Big, strong adventurers like you. Just hand me my doll.
Listen.
I just grab it and hand it to her.
As you pick it up, you hear it whisper to you, "I'll never forget you."
Yeah,
That's
keep your
creepy.
creepy ass doll.
No.
Like,
She puts
No.
she puts it back in
Thank
the
you.
cart.
I'll get my eyes plugged out any day. Actually,
It's
no, I
not
won't.
alive. You can program things into it for it to say to people when they pick it up.
Yeah, what'd you program that one to say?
No, all sorts of things.
Okay.
Buy it if you want to know.
No, thank you.
Rosalind goes and gets back in the cart. She's very happy with her cape.
Leaf, did any of those sound like something you might want to take a look at?
do the keys appear?
You see one key on there that is giving off a very, very faint enchantment aura.
Ooh.
We'll say this one has 89 gold. That one wants the key.
70 gold for the key.
Leaf, if I have to teach you how to haggle, I'm gonna be mad.
Query. The lady said it was 70 gold.
If you made the exchange, you now have a mystery key.
Mystery key.
Mystery key to go with.
There you go.
It could go to anything.
You can open any door.
Maybe the real value is in not knowing what it opens.
Stupid.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I was just. That's hysterical. So basically, you have to get a natural 20. Or I guess roll,
Percentile dice, yeah.
or like a 95 or a 5 or something below. That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Somebody roll a... Someone roll a d12 for Kieran.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
D12. What did Kieran do? That's not a skill check.
She can send her a message.
Do we see
Kieran's
Kieran
trying-
buy anything?
You're trying to steal something. I have a 20 passive perception.
Don't worry about it.
Well, he didn't actually make a roll unless it was secret, which could be true.
All right, well, if that's it, I have to
You
get
would
on
do
my way then. Customers to meet. I say Tile always has good stuff in some of their shops. Ah. You watch as he goes and starts, or she goes and starts to climb back up onto the cart, and it takes her like a good solid.
Rosalind
2
helps
minutes.
her.
Oh, okay.
Rosalind will help her up onto the cart
Oh, you darling. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
as she stands on the cart. Her cape billows for a moment, and then she hops down.
Yeah, it's really like the billowing is really awesome. It's just too bad the cape itself is kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's it's a temporary cape billowing. I'll find a better one eventually.
We can
Yep.
always sew it up.
Well, it was nice meeting all of you. Sunny, let's go. And she kind of, shakes the reins, and the horse just kind of stands there for like 20 seconds. and then begins to lurch forward.
Oh.
Oh man.
All right.
All right, Elroy, was it?
That's my name,
Okay.
Elroy McTrintentire.
Elroy McTrintentire.
I think I missed the story
There you
and
go.
if of how he came to be. Oh, that's a name.
Wow. Well, welcome to the Second Chances, Elroy McTrintentire.
It's your
It's a
second
pleasure to
chance
be
do-
here. I can do that whole identify thing once a day, and if you also need like arcane knowledge, I can help you with that as well.
Great.
Oh, that's good.
Do you,
What?
do you
What?
know anything about mystic portals to other worlds?
Mystic portals to other worlds. Yes. Portals can be
Oh,
opened to
my.
other worlds, mystically. Normally, they are used to traverse to such as like the elemental planes, the abyss, the hells. I think there's a godland too on the other side of the divine gate that you could probably maybe go to. You just need a tuning fork and a spell to be able to do so. And then you watch as his facial expression seems to harden.
Something wrong?
There's no response.
Elroy?
I think I broke Elroy. She said he never
You
stops
broke
talking.
him?
I don't know. He's just stopped talking all of a sudden.
The eyes, which before had like pupils in them, like you can see them moving around, are just blank.
Oh, maybe we only get him once per day.
Maybe. Why was she so mad about him though?
Yeah, it seems like you just asked him a question that would have gotten him to shut up for the day.
Unless the farther away she is from it, the less it works.
Or maybe it just had one question in him.
Well,
I swear to God, if I got scammed out of 750 gold, I'm going
mean-
to kill that old lady.
I was gonna say that old lady's horse is pretty old. We could probably catch her.
all right. Let's maybe not kill people over our own mistakes.
750 gold is a lot, Maeve.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
no,
don't
Tripp and
take
your sister are
kindly
gonna-
to be scammed.
Tripp and your sister are going to be pissed when they find out how much gold you paid for this.
Well, let's just get along, and maybe he'll start. Maybe he'll reboot or something, like whatever Leaf has to do.
Oh, that's fair.
If
All right.
not, we're making another trip to Bayside Tile because
I
we'll catch up to her before she makes it.
Okay, let's
All
go
right.
back to the cart.
Yep, I'll hop back in the cart.
All right.
Just throw the head in the back with them. Get in the front.
And it just hits the wall and just kind of rolls to a stop.
All right. Well, at least let's set it up, maybe.
All right. So you continue.
Wait, we're just leaving him here?
No, he's
No,
with
no,
us.
he's in the cart.
He's in the cart. That-
Okay.
If he does wake up, that'd be really shitty. Just throw him off into the woods, and the next day he goes, sorry about that. I can only do it once. Second chances?
People?
Anyone? So you continue
Poor
your
guy.
trip south to Odessalo. I believe the trip to Odessalo is another 2 days. So in that 2 days, was there any talks anyone wanted to have with anyone else? Curiously, no one has any dreams.
Oh.
I want to have a conversation
Yes,
with Kieran, but they're not here,
Yeah,
so
I mean-
I'll save that.
If you can dream, you might have normal dreams, but you don't have any dreams of any of your party members.
I wonder when that happens.
And eventually...
Oh! I want to do my thing.
Oh, yes. So go ahead and make another roll.
Dang it! I rolled a 6. Do I still have to wait, or?
You do. You need 2 successes.
Does the head talk again?
Huh?
So does the head wake up?
Yes.
Okay.
The morning after, as you wake up, you do hear some yawns coming from the wagon, and Elroy is once again animated.
Oh, he's okay.
All right, so one question a day then. That wasn't a question.
One
Can I have him
question of the
identify my
arcane.
thing?
Sure. What thing did you get? Oh, right, the charm. Yes. Yes, that is a mask charm. Once a day, you can cast Disguise Person on yourself for an hour or for 6 hours. But should you do the 6-hour casting, it becomes non-magical.
Aww.
Cool.
Okay. Still kind of neat.
Well, I'll let him do mine when next day arrives, I guess.
All right, so the next day, Maeve, he takes a look at your tokens. And
I'm also gonna do another roll.
Yep.
There we go. 11.
Total?
Yeah. Well, do I add anything?
Yes, you add your
Oh.
proficiency and your intelligence.
Oh, I haven't been adding that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Proficiency is 3, intelligence is 1. So 4 plus 11 is 15.
15 is exactly what you needed, so you were able to finish your first potion of healing.
Yay!
Nice.
Congratulations.
I show up very proudly. It's a little
Ooh.
stinky, but it's okay.
I picture it like the glass jar is okay, and like it bubbles a little bit weirdly, but you're like, it probably works.
Probably
It's
okay.
the
Probably
outside
fine.
is stained many colors from like probably trying to mix stuff and
Yeah.
spilling it. There's
Yeah.
there's like a cracked fracture up one corner of it.
I tried my best, okay?
As long as it heals.
It is a functional potion of healing.
Oh, it's
Yay,
raspberry flavored.
functional!
Your feather tokens, Maeve.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you were able to add them or not.
I can, I just don't know what type of spell it is.
Oh shit, are there multiple ones?
Yep.
I don't know, you gave me 30. Yeah. Yeah, when I try to add them to the backpack, there's a bunch of them.
Interesting. I did not know that. All right, let me see here.
There's also a featherfall one, an anchor, a bird, a fan, a swan boat, a tree, and a whip.
It is the Featherfall one.
Okay, cool.
Featherfall token.
Can do. All right, guys. If you fall, just let me know.
You'll hear the screaming, I promise.
All right, how long did it take you guys to get? I think it was 2 days. So we'll say at the eve of the second day, you arrive to Odessalo. Before, both when arriving and when leaving, there was just a single contingent of guard. There's a small sort of outpost, little house there near the gates. And there was a guard inside and then 2 guards outside. This time you immediately notice an increased guard present, as there are a few of them that are patrolling the road as you are coming up, even before you see the gate. And then when you get there, there is 2 on either side. And they kind of hold their hands up as you get near. Halt! State your business, where you're coming from.
Base A tile.
All right, and your business?
We're heading back to Rexentrum, where we live.
All right, hold on a minute. And he walks over to the little house and starts conversing with one of the other ones. The other ones are just kind of staring at you guys.
I wonder if something happened.
Rosalind makes her cloak billow as they stare.
Ooh.
That is quite
See
dramatic.
2 of them whisper something to one another. Comes back. All right, we're gonna go and escort you through town, and then you'll have to be on your way straight to Rexentrum. Either that, or if you want to stay in here for whatever reason or have business here, you'll have to wait. The town's currently on lockdown.
Why is the town on lockdown?
What's wrong?
Past few days there have been a series of disappearances that is currently being investigated.
Oh.
Some prominent people, more than is, frankly, I mean, people, disappear all the time, but quite a few have. Could be murder. So, stop telling them about the case. Right, nope. I didn't just,
Aw.
we're just gonna take you right through, if you need to.
There we
Okay.
go.
I hop down and I go towards the guard and try to converse with him like one-on-one.
The guard that you're talking to, or the guy who seems to be in charge over by the guard?
The one that's in charge.
All right. So as you hop down, the guy who's in front of you just puts his hand to his sword. Goes, whoa, whoa, whoa!
I put my hands up. I just wanted to talk to the guy in charge real quick.
He looks back. Is that all right, Captain? He just kind of rolls his eyes. Come on. All right, no funny
Rosalind looks
moves.
at Maeve. Do you think we're gonna get arrested again?
Hope not.
No funny moves. I'm watching you.
I have my hands up the entire time.
And he just goes, Joe, stop it. You're embarrassing us. All right. He just lets go of his hand, just kind of sits there. Looks a little dejected now.
Rosalind looks at him and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "I'm gonna call you Callie."
He just looks at you kind of confused.
She doesn't seem to know why she said that.
As you get up there, Leo, the elf behind the thing goes, he's new.
I figured as much.
What?
Well, we were in Bicytail, and we're the group that circumvented the assassination attempt up there. Is that something that's happening down here?
Well,
The
first of
murders?
all, I have no idea what's happening in Bicytail, so forgive me if I don't take you at your word that you are assassin stoppers. Make a persuasion check.
Gonna use advantage. Which I'm happy I did. 17 plus 8. The other
Okay.
roll was a 1.
He kind of looks you up and down a little bit, then looks over kind of at your motley crew that you seem to have here. Oh, do you like adventurers or something?
You could say that. We're just a group of people looking to help as much as we can throughout the lands, so to speak.
How long were you in Bicytail for?
About a week.
Did you come up through Odessalo on your way there?
We did.
Okay. That's gonna get me fired. And he reaches down and grabs a parchment and starts scribbling something. All right, look, if you want to make yourselves useful, go further into town. Look for Captain Aderic. Give them this. I can't promise that he's gonna put you to work, or if you want to get to work, that he's gonna give you anything for it. But maybe we could use a pair of fresh eyes on this, or the town doesn't really talk to the Crown's Guard all that much, so maybe some adventurers can do what we can't.
Well, appreciate the help there, sir. Hopefully we can solve this problem for you.
All right, he nods. Go ahead, let him through. Joe's like, should I escort him to the other side? No, just let them through. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you. Hopefully you get some,
He just kind of makes eye contact with each of you and just gives you like this stern look. But you are given enter into Odessalo. We'll say at this point, sun's just barely up over the horizon, so it's casting in nice sort of orange hue on the town here at sunset as it's going down over the lake. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll make our way back over to the inn then and get ourselves a room for the night if we're going to be sticking around here for a moment.
Do you remember the
We
inn
might
that
as
you
well.
stayed at last time?
Same inn we stayed at last time, I would imagine, yeah.
Does it say, do you remember what it was called?
No.
Does anybody remember what it was called?
No.
All right. In that case, we're getting a new inn name. Actually, let me
chat,
see.
hurry, go and watch the last episode we were in Odessalo.
Let me actually look.
It's
and
like
see.
I wanna
5
stay at the
episodes ago.
Flounder Pound.
It wasn't a Flounder Pounder, no, I remember
not.
that.
I
But I
thought
wanna
it
stay-
was.
No, that was in Rexentrum. We stayed at the Flounder Pounder.
Oh.
Yep,
Well,
I
there's a
did
Flounder Pounder
not
inn.
write it down.
There's a flounder pounder everywhere.
All right, so you find your way back to the Freebooters Tumblr. It seems like the sign name on this inn is brand new, like maybe they rebranded in the past few weeks.
New ownership.
Yep.
Yeah, under new management.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
So, yep, easy enough to set your horses and cart down for the night and get some rooms here.
All right. Could I go up to the person at the counter?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
And it is the lady
remember
from
that,
last
yeah.
time who recognizes you and goes, making your way back through. Anyway.
Indeed. We were actually asked to look into some of the disappearances happening around here.
Yes. Troubling stuff that.
Anyone you know disappear?
No one that I know personally. A few disappearances. I think there was actually one, I don't want to call it a murder, but, pieces of one of them was found near the docks. So, could have been a murder. Could have just been, creature getting a little bit too close. Happens every once in a while.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds like I murdered him.
Yeah, definitely sounds like someone was murdered.
I mean,
okay.
someone definitely died, right? But,
Yeah.
I mean, was
Maybe
it...
not a homicide, yeah.
Right. Did someone, and she makes, like, knife stabbing motions to someone? Or was it just more like, she makes drinking motions, fell into the water, big fish was like, nom nom. I mean, that's not a murder.
Is there a big fish that puts these little pieces around here?
Have most of the people gone missing around the docks?
I'm not actually sure. That's just the one with the body parts that I heard of through the grapevine,
Fair
as
enough.
they say.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, we'll all get a room for the night. At least a few of you have available.
I got 5 available. How many you need?
3 is fine. We can pair off.
3 gold.
Just put 3 gold down on the table.
All right. She hands over 3 keys.
Cool. All right. I'll give one to Kieran and Leaf, I'm sure. And yeah, we'll figure out the other 2. All right. Well, thank you, ma'am. We'll be around for a bit. If you hear anything about someone going missing, please let us know. We'll need all the information we can get.
Sure.
Rosalind will walk back over to the group. All right. Someone went missing down by the docks, and they found some pieces remaining.
Gross.
Yes.
I assume that they're already gone, so we can't exactly see what killed them.
No, but maybe if we go down by the docks area, we can get some information.
Be good as
Let's
any.
talk to the captain before we start doing the investigation. We don't want what happened in Bayside Tile to happen again, do we?
Fair point. Was it Adaric, was it?
Yes.
All right. Did they say where you could find him?
No, let's ask the barkeep.
Great. She, by the way, Leo, Rosalind will hand you a key as well.
Who's bunking with me?
You tell me.
Who's comfortable with bunking with me? And I look to the rest of the group.
I mean, I can if we want to make sure we all sleep in a bed. I'm not particularly concerned.
All right.
Fine.
Maeve and Leo it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Hermia.
Okay, sleepover.
Hermia looks super tired right now. Like she says that leaning against the post with her eyes closed.
Okay, well, let's try and talk to the guard captain real quick, and then we'll get some sleep, yeah?
I think that's a good idea.
Should we do that tonight or wait until morning?
He's probably wrapped up for the night. I wouldn't imagine he's going to work past sundown.
Well, maybe it'll be good to get some rest first. Get, let everyone get a moment before we get down and
Start fresh in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then. We'll take the night, and we reconvene in the morning.
Sounds good.
I'd say second chance is dismissed, but y'all don't work for me, so.
Let's get some sleep. That can be our dismissal call.
Fair enough. So we've got
shit, get your bedding out.
Yeah, oh shit, get your bedding out. Oh shit, brush your teeth. All right.
All right. So as all of you head up and rest finds you, was there anything anybody wanted to do before you went to sleep?
Rosalind has not tried to talk to Light the entire trip back. She hasn't recounted her day either. So she's just been going to bed.
Yeah, Maeve's
You
not
wanna
gonna do
tell
it.
secrets?
Do you have a secret you wish to share,
We're
Hermia?
doing secrets and I'm not even there?
You're not there, Maeve. Shush.
I
What
know!
are you doing? I thought that's what you do when you have sleepovers.
I feel so hurt right now.
Secret.
My feelings are so hurt right now.
Sometimes I would say I was going to school, but then not go.
Okay, I listen. You're not the only one. I played. I had a couple times where I had lessons I was supposed to attend, and maybe, blew my dad off a few times. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of sucked at school, so didn't really see a point in going.
What did you what did you learn in school? Like, what do they teach in the Feywild?
Well, we got like an academy that's kind of like for everything really, but they specialize in magic. I got the idea of it. Like on paper, it made sense, but practicing, yeah, it just didn't work out.
I get that. I was, when I started anyway, I was much better at the theory behind fighting than I was actually shield and sword in hand and actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny though, because when eventually my parents pulled me out of school because they saw how useless I was at it, and like were just hired me a tutor to teach me how to be like all proper and formal, and I kind of missed it.
Did you miss school itself or the people?
Both. It's like it was more interesting than, knowing what fork to use.
What do you mean, which fork to use? There's only one fork.
Oh God! Sometimes I went to dinners and there's like 5 forks.
What?
I didn't know which one to use.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. I can tell you that for sure. I'd love to hear more about the Feywild. My mom was Eldrin, but she wasn't from the Feywild. She was born in Vano.
Well, really pretty, but I mean, I was never really allowed to leave the city. Sometimes I try to like sneak out, but got caught.
Princess in an ivory tower?
Not even a princess. I'm just like from like a minor like noble family, like not even part of the high court. Like
Hermia, make a history check.
19 plus something. Where's my?
That's plenty. You do
19
recall.
plus 5.
You do recall a story that your brother used to tell you of a campfire in the Feywild that would teleport around from place to place that always had a band of some sort, like a magical band playing music, and when you heard it, you would be drawn into it and just want to basically dance for days and days and days and never ever ever stop until your body just gave out and you would die.
Yeah, so I tell her that story, and then I mention that, like, they're really big on, like, theater and shit, like, performing. Funny story, my name, Hermia, I fucking hate it.
Would you rather us call you something else?
I don't know. From some stupid play that, like, the play's not even from, like, the Feywild. It's supposedly about the Feywild. Completely wrong and off base.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I'll just, to go back again, if you hate your name, we'll call you something else.
I mean, it's a name.
It
I
is.
tried to, like, go by a fake name, and I just completely, like, it wasn't worth trying to, like, go by a different name.
I get that.
I think I hate it mainly just because, I don't know. Maybe because my parents gave it to me.
So maybe if someone else gave you a name.
Maybe.
My mom always warned me against giving a Fey a name, but yeah, all of her stories for me were from the Abyss, and I assure you they're not happy either. So I guess we have that in common.
Pretty. I mean, like, have you ever seen it like snow and then like it be a thunderstorm at the same time?
I can't say that I have.
Well, it's something that I think everybody should see. It's really cool.
I would like to at some point. I'd like to see the Feywild.
Well, I'm pretty sure the second that I step back, I'm gonna be like hauled off back to home.
Oh,
So
we
I
wouldn't
can't
let that
really
happen to you.
Promise to like to like show you it to anytime soon, but I don't know. Maybe if I'm gone long enough, my parents will think I died.
Well, I mean, Eldrin live a very long time, don't you?
Yeah, but
Like
see,
my mom's expecting to live to be like 600. Although given her line of
another
work, that's
reason
unlikely.
why I kind of like left, like not only to like going for my brother, sure, but let's just say I was extra motivated. My parents wanted me to like get married to like some weirdo.
Some weirdo.
Yeah,
Does weirdo have a name?
I don't even remember. I just kept calling weirdo in my head.
Weirdo it is then. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have to marry someone that you don't want to marry.
I mean, he was so boring and stuffy, and like he never wanted to like. Every time I tried to open my mouth, if it wasn't my mom telling me to shut up, like he would just talk over me. Real annoying.
Hermia, I'm usually a bit of a supporter of family. I mean, obviously, I had a pretty good relationship with my adoptive family, but I don't know that you need to return to these people. It doesn't sound like they treated you very well.
So I'm sure it's not everywhere in the Feywild is like this, but our city is very political, all about moving up and down the social hierarchy, as it were.
Well,
And
that
when
I
my
understand.
parents had kids, they were more like concerned about like gaining pawns rather than actually raising children. My brother was super cool, real good at everything, so like that's a win for him, like for them. But then there's me, like pretty much magically inept until I found the sword, which they probably won't let me keep because they're probably like, "Oh no, you'll hurt yourself."
They'll have to pry me from your cold, dead fingers.
I would pay money to see them try to take that sword from you.
And I wasn't like very, like I'm good at like, I'm not like, see my mom like she can talk to you and like convince you to sell your soul. Like me, I just kind of blunder through like persuasion and trying to talk to people. I mean, people listen to me, sure, and I got some, but like, yeah, when I open my mouth, I ramble and I embarrass people. Apparently.
Yes, you do.
Well, as someone who is related to someone who once sold her soul, don't be too impressed by your mother's abilities. I have known you for 3 weeks now, 2-3 weeks. And in that time, I have watched you help slay a gelatinous cube after venturing into the sewers. I have watched you close not one but 2 portals to other worlds. I have watched you help slay a giant fire fiend, and most recently, help fight off a bunch of abominations that I've never heard of before. So I think maybe you undersell yourself a bit.
Yeah, maybe. But when you grow up having everybody tell you that you're terrible, kind of hard to think otherwise.
Then I will endeavor from now on to remind you that you are not.
Yeah, I don't think I'd willingly go back to the Feywild. I mean, I'll go where my brother goes. Hopefully he doesn't want to go back there.
Fair enough. I look forward to finding him.
You'd like him. He's super cool.
So
I
as
like it.
Hermia tells you a few stories about her brother, Maeve and Leo, who was taken to bed?
I'll give Maeve the bed.
Was there only one bed? Oh, okay, sorry.
And that's good, because before anyone decides who's taking it, Luster is already walking circles and making biscuits in the middle of the bed, claiming his spot.
He makes
I'm-
biscuits.
I'm
does.
sorry. I'm sorry, Leo.
It's fine.
I
I've slept in worse places.
have an extra bedroll if you want to make it a little softer on the floor.
There's also a chair in there too, sort of like a like a big sort of comfy chair, not just like a desk sort of chair, a reading chair, if you will. But eventually, everyone finds sleep for the night. Can everyone go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please?
Natural
everybody?
20. Yikes. Okay.
20.
So did I.
I got a 6.
Uh-oh, what's that made?
And I used inspiration on this.
No.
I don't know what it means.
Leo, could you tell us a story from your childhood? Maybe about your parents.
Yeah. Waking up one morning, before my sister was born, my mom was making dinner, or not dinner, but making breakfast for everybody. And when I mean everybody, it was the gang we were associated with, and it was a big day for my father. He was set to get a promotion of some kind. I wasn't aware of what he was doing because I was quite young. I was about, let's say, 8 or 9 years old. I don't really remember much of the conversations going around, but there was quite a number of people in our house that day. And there was going to be a celebration at the end. But something ended up happening in the town we were living in, and like it took my parents away for a couple days where I was kind of fending for myself. And while I was just fucking about by myself, I was snooping around the house, and that was the first time like I started looking at the tools my parents were using, and like I found shackles. I found some knives. And then I finally eventually made it to our basement where like there were chains against the wall and there were utensils around. And if you were like, now I know what they are. They were like torture devices. Kind of horrified me at the time, but once I did grow up, like it kind of made sense. Like that memory kind of stuck with me. It's like my beginnings weren't as happy as my parents were trying to make them to be. But after my parents came back, I never told them I snooped around. I kind of kept that to myself. But I also never truly trusted my parents from that point on.
Rosalind,
It's like,
Yes.
you dream this memory.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
And eventually, the next day comes and you all awaken. What would you like to do?
So funny, I was gonna talk to Leo about how we should probably be telling people his backstory, but I guess I'll wait.
I mean, if you would like to, as you wake up in the morning here, that is completely up to you.
Yeah, it wasn't even meant to with that. It was literally like, I probably should mention something. But I guess as we awaken, I will say to Leo, I know that you don't want anybody to know what you've done, but, at some point, someone's gonna notice something. I mean, I did, by accident.
I know the dreams are gonna come back and bite me at some point, but I'd rather deal with it individually, if that makes any sense.
Okay, just might be good to kind of get everything all up front at some point, but I gave you my word.
I appreciate that.
All right, that's all I got.
All right.
Well, should we go downstairs?
Yeah,
Get you a cigar.
I always have my cigars with me. I
All
never
right.
leave town without them.
Fair enough. Light a cigar. Not in the room, please. Let's go.
What? These are like authentic Cubano cigars. Like they smell delicious. Don't you want one?
No, that's
We'll
Listen.
say they are authentic Marquette cigars.
Okay.
Yes.
Marquette, yes. Well, listen, there are plenty of pipes where I come from, but I've never quite had the smell for them.
Mm. It'll grow on you when you get older. So
We'll see about that.
All right,
Lester,
so you all
You're
eventually...
not hiding anything, are you?
You all eventually
Now you're
start
making me worried.
to congregate downstairs for breakfast, so you can plan for the day.
All right, so we need to go speak with the captain, and we probably also should try to gather some information from down by the docks if we can.
Well, yeah, depending what the captain says, that will be one stop. Perhaps we'll have more stops to figure out once we do talk to him.
Fair enough. All right. So then, do we all want to make our way over to the captain then?
We probably should, unless someone else doesn't want to.
All right, so asking around for some directions, you are eventually arrive at sort of the main Crown's Guard outpost here in Odeslo, and even outside already as you walk up, you do see one Crown's Guard who seems to be sort of barking orders at a bunch of people, and some patrols starting to take off. And you do notice an increased presence from the last time that you were here. But heading up, he kind of sees you all coming and goes, "All right, what is it? You look like a group of adventurers if I've ever seen one."
Well, we were here to help with the disappearance issue. We were hoping to get some just kind of more information of what everybody already knows.
All right, and who was it that asked for your assistance? Because it certainly wasn't me.
What's the name?
Didn't get one.
the guard captain that was at the entrance from Bayside Tile, like,
Show him the papers he gave you.
and I hand him the paper. Gave us this to give to you.
And he snatches it away from you, kind of reads it. You see him shaking his head. He crumples it up. Look, you're in the city already. Not going to worry about trying to kick you out. If you want to do whatever it is you're going to do, that's fine. Stay out of our way. Keep out of our investigation, so I don't have to throw you in shackles as well. I have enough on my plate as is, and if by some miracle you're able to solve things, I don't want you to come to me with ifs and maybes or partial evidence. If I see you again, it better be because you have somebody's head on a pike. If that happens and it checks out, maybe I'll see if there's a reward in it for you. But otherwise, piss off. And he turns away from you.
Rosalind glanced at the party. I love working for Imperials.
They make things easier. Let's go to the docks.
Yes, that was a bust. Yes, let's go.
All right, so heading towards the docks. That's where we'll end tonight, a little bit earlier than usual.